Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio. Not so normal. How's Denise and Ron doing this evening?
We're doing good
Really good.
tonight. And as you can see, we're still doing this on my cell phone for now.
Yeah.
We should be able to,
Nigel?
but maybe next week I'll be able to do it on a real computer.
Hey, Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel. Thanks for joining
Thank
us
you.
again. You're always here to share it out. Yep. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. But yeah, so where did you order your new laptop?
HP. So they had a good deal that ended on, what was it, Sunday night for Cyber Week and
Mhm.
Cyber Attack Week.
Cyber Attack Week. I got it for half price and free
You
shipping.
can't beat that. Or you
Yeah,
can't beat that.
it is a $1,300 computer. So I needed something that was going to be reliable, fast enough, and portable enough, and that will work with my docking station and stuff because, I miss not having my computer into these monitors. I'm used to having, monitors all the way around, and right now I don't. And it's weird. I mean, you'd think I wouldn't need that just for my own personal stuff, but once you've had it, you need it.
Exactly.
So,
You once you get a monitor or extra stuff that you can see and everything, like I got this big one over here with Rumble on it and everything. Yeah, you get used to it real easy because it's easy to, watching our comments right here, and then I can
mhm.
look over and see if anybody's commenting over on Rumble and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
you
just,
get used to it.
yeah. And then it was interesting today. My new boss called me and said, "Hey, you need to go out and order some uniforms." I was like, my eyes are rolling, going, "Okay, why?" And it's the same as at Lumen. Lumen did the same thing. And basically, I will now have shirts for every day of the week. So if I'm
Working
on
at
camera,
home, why do you need a shirt?
say Brightspeed right here.
Brightspeed underwear, too.
No,
No?
not underwear.
Huh.
So,
Hi, Gary.
Hey,
and
Gary.
Gary. So, needless to say, it was nice that they included me, but I'm
Yeah,
going
but
to
you
be
had
talking.
well, you said that you had to order them, so you had to pay for them.
No,
Hey, Bill.
they paid for them, and
Send my
so
mom a link.
no, I forgot to send your mom a link. So give me your phone and I'll do it. So, but yeah, I got that all done. I'm going to go ahead and toss all my Lumen shirts, and I don't need them.
We're going to burn
No, you don't.
So,
them. Burn them.
so I might as well just get rid of them and go
So
from there.
I bet you have to wear one of the shirts whenever you're doing your live video with them.
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
And your new panties.
Not
New
panties.
Brightspeed.
I got Brightspeed sunglasses for both of us
Oh, awesome.
For the beach.
for the beach because they're only $15 and my glasses are
Because the
$500.
white sand is so bright.
Hey, that way you can advertise for them. Because I'm sure it says Brightspeed on it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. So not too concerned about it though. So, but yeah, it'll be, the bad part is all their colors were harvest gold and orange. I felt like I was stuck in the 70s.
Uh-huh.
So needless to say, luckily they had a lot of black and gray to pick from.
Oh, okay.
No purples. So,
Oh.
but that's
Well,
okay.
Yeah.
You're going to have to work with them and say, we got to change the product line.
It ain't gonna happen, but I don't care. It's nice that that I've got a company that gives enough crap about me to give me clothes. Make sure I have shirt on my back. Oh, and I got some really funny news. This one's really great. My contractor from the other job that reported to me, we have a meeting tomorrow because he's been answering everything. I don't know. Denise did that. I don't know. Denise took care of that. I don't know. Denise is always taking care of that. She just told me what to do. I did it. That was it. Didn't know where it was coming from.
Right.
So now Lumen is having a lot of fun.
Oh, well, tell them if
That's pretty good.
they want to know, they got to contract you. Set your price.
That I figured, I told him I'll talk to him. So tomorrow I'm going to talk to him, tell him what the things meant. And the thing is they had me contracted to Brightspeed for some stuff. So I asked him, I said, send me the results of the Brightspeed stuff
You're not
because it's
moving very
mine.
fast.
So that's one of the things that's going on. But it's funny. But I did get us a guest for tonight.
Yes, you did.
And some of you may remember him. He used to be on the network here. We got Brandon Cooper from Supernatural Inc. And Shaman Sundays is going to be our guest tonight. So I think you guys will enjoy him. So make sure you guys ask lots of questions, because once we get him started, we're not going to be able to. So he'll just take care of that for us.
Right.
So, but
Erie said he put 2 trail cams. I guess
Tomorrow.
2 more.
Tomorrow he's going to put up 2 more
Yeah.
trail cams.
Tomorrow, putting 2 more out.
Yeah.
How many's you
Right.
got out there now? 2 or 3 at least, right?
I think we got 1 or 2 out there, so I think it'll be a total of 4.
I wonder where he's going to put them at, you know?
No, not right offhand. It's hard to tell what's been going on out there. I haven't been down
Yeah, I
there
know.
since that night
Tom.
we went live. Oh, he's got 0 out there. He
0,
must have
oh,
took 'em
okay.
down. So
Yeah,
he's going to put the 2 back up and everything and see what's going on down there. See who's going in there and
right.
what's going on. So, but anyway, I'm going to bring Brandon up and see what he's been up to.
Exactly. Log in.
What's
Hello,
up,
Brandon.
everyone? Hey, I'm back where it all began. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
it's okay.
they're-
That's all right.
They're in the background.
There we go.
Yeah.
There they go.
We're here.
Yeah, I was just trying to I have to send Ron's mom a message from Facebook on Ron's. So that way that she can see what's going on.
Well, it sounds like you'll have that laptop pretty soon.
Oh yeah, I will. It's due on the 18th. And then Monday I have my work laptop. So then I'll be fine. I'll have enough computers to do stuff that I
Yeah,
need to do.
the Dells have just gotten so expensive. They don't run any good sales or nothing. I bought a HP. I bought it like 2 years ago, and I'm happy with it.
Oh, yeah.
And
I actually run one of those mini computers, one of those little $300. Here, I'll show you. That's my computer.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, you got that little
And-
bitty tiny one, that one they've been advertising.
That's the size of my docking station.
I mean, I put a terabyte of SSD external memory in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runs the podcasting great.
Huh.
Oh, awesome.
I didn't
Awesome.
think
Yeah,
it
I've
would.
been looking into one of those.
I
Yeah,
finally-
Bill, this is Let's Go Brandon.
Hey, that's right. I have a
But
Hey,
shirt from the Ghost Hunting Housewives out of Alabama, and they put it on the back, "Let's go, Brandon." So,
yeah,
yeah,
Yep.
they're some cool ladies.
yeah, they are.
They
Yeah.
were very nice. I really enjoyed visiting with them last night. And I can't wait to get to know them a lot better, because it
Yeah,
sounds like we got that opportunity with where we live.
We met them at the Pensacola Paracon, but it was we wanted to talk to them more, but their table was swamped with people. I mean, there's a lot of people wanting to talk to them
Yep,
and ask them, about locations in this area.
I got to meet them at the Deep South Paracomic-Con in Ozark, Alabama. So that was
Wasn't that one put on by the guys, one of the guys from Deep South Paranormal?
Yeah, Stan and Teresa Fikes.
I don't know them. I was thinking of shit, what was his name? Well, we used to watch that show, Deep South Paranormal.
Yeah, I liked it.
I thought they were a little
Oh,
weird.
I don't know that they are part of that. I
Have a different
you
one.
know, yeah, I'll look up and see what they're.
Well, I had like 20 in that group, so.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe. Let me see.
Yep,
And I'll
that's
just look
right,
up Stan
Bill.
Pikes.
Limestones.
It's what it looks like with the
It
background
does.
back there.
He's
Yeah,
in jail.
it shows up as a limestone, but it's actually just gray and black.
looks
Yeah,
like
Carl's in jail actually, and he got a little bitty cell.
They are with Webb Paranormal Group.
huh.
Eli.
Yeah.
So you have your event going on this year, right? Up in Pickens?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
It's kind of up in the air. Like sponsorships are hard to come by, and
Right.
with the prices going up, and I really don't want to raise ticket prices. So
What?
I don't know.
You've been watching the news, man. Everything's great.
Well, that's Bidenomics for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Everything's wonderful.
the part that people don't get is,
I'll show you my IRA 3 years ago, and I'll show you today.
the thing is what people aren't understanding is when I got laid off back in the beginning of November, I wasn't the first person to get laid off. There's been layoffs going on all year long.
Yep.
They're fudging unemployment numbers and all kinds of other crap. There are too many people not
It's harder
working.
to find some.
It's very hard to find a job. So they're not posting jobs. They're also not telling people, hey, we laid off all these people. But if you go into your 401k and look at the different things that you have to invest in. And then there's the news that goes with those. This company's laying off to reduce expense. This one's reducing expense. And when you see that they're reducing expenses or costs, those are people being let go from their jobs.
Yep.
Some of these people that work in locations, like when I worked at Sprint, okay, at the Sprint campus, when they laid off, every person they laid off at Sprint, 2 other people got laid off from a surrounding business. Because that was how many people were leaving, that they didn't need them anymore to wait on these people at lunchtime or whatever. Right. So that's what they're not getting is it's the Fabergé commercial. 2 people, and it just keeps growing. And people need to be paying attention to that. And I'm sorry. I really wish that this didn't happen. But, our most popular president ever is out there doing such a great job hiding the fact that we don't have what we need. So I don't know. I'm not gonna do about it. But I'm done preaching.
Sponsorships are getting harder all the way around.
Yeah, I'm still gonna try to pull it off, but it's I'm not gonna be able to afford the Paris celebs and
right.
And the travel and the hotel and all that.
Right.
So,
let's say you shouldn't anyway.
And I told you what I thought.
Well, I know, and I'm kind of leaning towards that way. I'm thinking if I could pull it off, doing like local people that need that could use the publicity or whatever, and
right,
doing it like that. But I have the dates. The dates are March 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Okay.
So I got the location, but I'm trying to downsize and finagle and see what I can do because I'm not going to raise prices.
Well, I'll tell you, every event that we've ever been part of, we paid our own way and went. We told them, didn't want.
So it's going to be in March, right?
Yep.
23rd?
24th.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to ask you when that was.
Yeah, and that's usually, we had
March or April.
We had good weather.
Yeah.
It's kind of springtime. We had a windstorm come up, and that I had, that just for the vendors that was horrible. We were running around trying to keep stuff down, but then once it went away, we were good. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I know there's a lot of people out there wanting to come, so I'm working on it. I'm trying. I'm looking for sponsors and vendors. So
And well, I wish I could say I would be a vendor, but I have nothing to sell. Nobody wants any of this.
You sell your
right.
lumen stuff
Yeah, I can sell my
Oh.
Lumen clothes. I mean, they
and underwear.
wear your Bright Star or whatever
Bright.
underwear.
Well, you know what? Brightspeed
Oh,
is Brightspeed is the local telephone company there.
oh, see.
And yeah, Bill, you're right.
Steve Wilkins.
The minute that gas gets below $1.79 a gallon, then we can talk.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I had people from Canada come last year, people from Washington State, all over, and that was wonderful. It was great to meet all those people. But look at airline prices now. Look at like gas prices, which for people that don't have, like, I have a Chevy Equinox. It's it's a small engine, great gas mileage. But for those people that you running your F-150s and your and your companies or trucks or whatever, good God, it's like $100 to fill up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We were just talking to our neighbor. They just sold their boat. They lived on it for years. Okay, they lived on it for 6 years.
Yeah, we only fill up about once a month now.
Yeah, we only fill up once a month. So, but they were saying that just to fill up one side of the boat was $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then they had 2 tanks, so they had to go to the other side and fill up the other side.
Yeah.
And it's like, shit.
And I don't know how far they got on it.
I was going to
don't know.
ask. I mean, if
They
could
lived on a
last-
boat. What?
6 years.
6 years, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They sold it for a
Not
house.
mostly
with a
on the
pool,
river,
but still, you think about that and you go, oh my God, here I am bitching about $40 to fill up my car. And here they were spending $2,000 to fill up their boat, just so they could get from point A to point B.
But I mean,
So-
if that lasted them a quarter of the year or something, but if it was like, if $2,000 goes away in like 2 weeks, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, you have
It's
to save
awful.
up to fill up, and that's crazy.
Yeah, I think they're retired.
Yeah, they're retired.
So,
Oh, okay.
but
How many vendors did you have last year, Brandon?
I had 20, almost 30 last year.
you had a really good turnout.
Yeah, you did.
A lot of the speakers and the people that came out said it was one of the best Paracons they've ever been to.
That's what we heard.
Well, I contribute that to the location. I have an absolute wonderful location. But I also had some
Good night, Nigel.
big time sponsors. Like one sponsor dropped a little bit over $6,000 to help me. It cost
Oh.
me almost $12,000 to pull the thing off.
Damn.
And that last year, and now the prices have gone up even more.
Right.
The hotel was almost $3,000 for all the rooms.
Wow.
I hadn't even gone up there and talked to the GM to see what they're going to be this year.
I would just see if you could get a discount on, if people book the hotel themselves, if you could get maybe a discount and go from there, because you're
Yeah,
a lot of times, get a block of rooms and
well,
see.
they said,
because-
yeah, they said they would do that because when I talked to them about last year, I said, I'm going to fill up your hotel. And they looked at me like I was crazy. Well, I filled up their hotel. Every last room was booked for this. So they said that they were going to try to work with me. So,
Well,
I haven't gone up there yet.
But the thing is how many rooms did you have to book for guests that you were paying for?
Oh.
And remember,
Yeah.
you're not going to be doing that this time, but you could still fill it up. I mean, I told you last year we would have come if we didn't have to come. We came down here a week later to look at houses.
Well, yeah, right.
And so now we're 7 hours away. We're coming. We'll be there. So
good,
there you go.
good,
You can put me and Ron on your board of people that are coming. They'll pay for themselves.
Okay. 100%, which I was hoping that y'all would come this year anyway, but now that you have confirmed, I like it.
Well,
And it's closer.
we were in the middle of moving last year.
Well, yeah. I remember y'all had all kind of other stuff going on, which was fine.
Yeah, we had the big pickup, and we had I don't know how many thousands of pounds of crap out there. When that was it was a weekend. Yeah, it was a week before that was. They only do it one day a year.
One day a year.
And that
Right.
following weekend was a weekend we had to have everything out there, and I was working on it the whole time, 2 months at least.
Oh, I don't doubt that one bit.
Oh yeah,
That's-
and we still could load up another truck of shit at this point. To
Yeah,
get rid of.
we look back at it now and we thought, well, what would have happened if we went to your event or did something?
That we didn't have
Yeah.
planned.
Yeah, well, we wanted to go do Malvern at least one more time with everybody before we left, and I thought, you know what, we wouldn't have got it all done if we
Right,
did
yeah.
any one of those things.
Right.
Just wouldn't have. It took the whole time.
There's only so much time, and I wasn't hurt or anything by y'all not being able to make it because I get it.
We wanted to be there.
Well,
we
I know
wanted-
we talked about it, but
I know we did. We talked about it a lot. I gave you my ideas on things that I thought would make it this year better for you, because I don't see where you should be putting out a buttload of money to create an event for people to get together.
Right.
If people really want to get together, they're going to get together regardless of, and having a centralized location, which is what you have, you've got the marketing power just right there.
Right.
I don't know if you need huge names to get people, because sometimes those huge people have sold out.
Yeah.
Not saying that this is the case, but some of those people that we think are great people, and then we find out later something else.
right.
And
And I'm taking a lot of the advice that you gave, and I'm putting it into this one. Like I may only have, if I have a quote unquote paraceleb, it may just be one, and it's a friend of mine that will work with me. Other than that, I'm going to focus on local teams. I mean, there's lots of TV talent down here. Letriana Brown from Hulu's Repossessed. She lives an hour and a half from me. There's a couple of other people, that have been on a series or something that live close. So I'm trying to just focus on that where I can keep prices down for really, I mean, I enjoy the speakers. Cool. But it's really, I put it on because I like to meet other like-minded people. So as long as I can keep the price down on that end, I can fill in speakers and whatever. But
well, I mean, there's not only that, you could, talk to those people that are local and just say, hey, I can't afford to pay for all this stuff, but if you could come just Saturday, and speak for a little while and hang out, that'd be great. I'll get you lunch.
Yeah.
That might be the easiest way to do it, or give them a gift card for $25 to Cracker Barrel, something along the way.
I can probably get gift card sponsorship. That's pretty easy to get. And I still have the leeway to where I can make it a one-day event if I want to.
And I think that's a good way to go, because everybody comes in on Friday night. They're all going to get together anyway.
Yeah, no more than 2 days.
Yeah, no more than 2
Right.
days. And Sunday, everybody
2 days
wants to
max.
go home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, the only reason I did the 3-day and spent my own money on it last year was I was still under the terminal diagnosis. So I was going through my bucket list. Like, I'm going to do this before I die.
Mhm.
Now that the diagnosis has changed and is no longer terminal. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I still have pulmonary fibrosis. However, I don't have the aggressive kind.
That's good.
So now I'm going to focus on, and last year I didn't stop for 3 days. The people that were supposed to help me put up tables and stuff, well, they pretty much effed me over.
Yeah.
So I was
See?
left doing everything myself.
Yeah.
That's why I always tell people, I don't want a table. I don't want anything else. Just use me where you need me.
Yeah.
I will be one of those people that run around. That's what we like to do. We would much rather help out, get people to know us that way, as opposed to standing at a table, being totally and utterly useless.
Yeah, we just need a gopher uniform. Little
And
gopher
see,
outfit.
and this year, it all seems like the universe will put shit the way it's supposed to go when it's supposed to go. Like now, I have people that I really, really trust that I've known forever. They're like, dude, why didn't you call me? I'd have done this. And I 100% know that had I called them, they would have done it. But I was just so freaking, I want everything to go perfect. The Marine came out in me. Everything's got to be perfection. And I need to do it myself. And
that's not the case.
Yeah,
No.
I'm not doing it.
It turns out perfect when you find out that you have teamwork from people that you trust.
Mm-hmm.
It works out. It's worked out for me every single time. Every event that we've gone to, we basically didn't pay to go to most of them, but we helped out with all of them.
Well, yeah.
Because, by the time you do all this stuff, you just need somebody. Sometimes you just need a ticket taker, or you need somebody to go get water for everybody.
Yep.
That kind of crap. And I mean, I got really used to doing that stuff for Sharon at McPike, so it's like, I know what needs to be done in a heartbeat.
Gopher.
Yes.
Well, that's what we did last year down there at Parago and everything. They put on their volunteers, right? Got a free ticket into the show and everything and a free meal, right? Yep. Then they would set them up with one of the vendors or one of the celebs to watch their table while the celeb got out and walked around and everything. And it worked out fantastic down there.
I think my issue is I get anxious and nervous when I don't see how it's going to work out. But it's, again, the universe. The last 3 podcasts that I've been on, to include this one, has been such positivity towards, hey, you're going to do this. You may just have to change some things to where, it eases my anxiety. I know we can pull it off because, hell, I pulled off last year in like 5 months. So I know I can do it. We're going to do it. I just get my nerves all tore up stuff. So
things happen the way they're meant to. And, we've been talking about your event coming up this year.
Yeah.
Since 2 days after the last time?
March will be here before you know it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like it could be December.
Not here anyway.
Right.
Not used to being over 60 degrees every single day. And
December 5th, and they haven't even had the heat on here.
Right. Yeah. See, that's one good thing about Florida.
I know. Keep rubbing it in down there.
Yep.
But again, I do have on all my long sleeve shirts.
Although Denise is, she's complaining when they hit 60, so it's getting cold.
Right.
I'm like, man, this feels great.
It feels wonderful. I've been out in shorts all day because in the 60s. Because I know that here pretty soon, I'm not going to be able to do that because I'll go out there and I'll freeze to death. So I'm enjoying it while I can.
Yeah, he hasn't worn pants yet.
No,
we don't like pants. Pants are restrictive. Stupid pants.
I know where they're at. They're in one of my boxes.
Yeah, their pants are still they're packed.
Yeah, if he has to wear pants, it'll probably be in January. But of course, he's right now working on cleaning out the garage. So because we have tornado season here starts in January.
Yep.
So we got January, February, March. So we have to be able to get the car in the garage. So hard to believe that's what we're working on. Well, that's what he's working on. I was working on dinner and all that. I work on whatever needs to be done today. He needs to work on whatever needs to be done eventually.
Well, I mean, it makes sense now. What about hurricanes? They don't come up that far, do they? Really?
Yeah. They do. I mean,
But yeah.
if you listened to the show last night, basically what we talked about Hurricane Ivan, and they were
New York.
talking about Crystal was talking about when Hurricane Ivan hit and how sad it was, and how, and because she lived here at the time,
Yeah.
and apparently her family used to live in this town that we live in here in Milton, and so she said that this was all torn up here, all throughout this area. But that's been over 20 years. Well, it's been 20 years ago now
Right.
that happened.
Right.
But Hurricane Sally 3 years ago, that did do some damage here, but it was mostly water, but not where we live directly. It was over a little bit further west of here. So, but we're far enough away from the water to where we won't get the storm surge. We won't get that.
Yeah.
We might.
That's what I was worried about.
We might see some, from heavy rain. We might see some water in our yard, but I don't think it'll be flooding. So
well, that's good. Yeah, because it's those storm surges. I mean, that just destroy things.
It does. I mean, that and the wind. I mean,
well, our house is built for a Category 4. I mean, direct 4, and it won't be that by the time I got here anyway.
No, not this far inland.
Okay.
But we're
I'm not worried about it.
We're like 3 miles from a river, and then the Escambia Bay is, depending upon which way you go, it's 10 miles one way, maybe 8 miles another, depending upon where, how you go.
Right.
But of course, how do we know? We can't go through on any damn road.
Well,
the roads match up anywhere.
One of the guys that came over to our house, he grew up in this area. He said, in your neighborhood, he goes, this was all woods. And he goes, I remember running around as a kid. He goes, this area here, he goes, it never ever flooded. Ever.
Oh, well, perfect.
So,
the only thing I think we'd have to stress out about is the water tank. The water tower is probably a football field away.
Right.
You can't see
it.
You can't see it over the trees, but when you're driving up the road, you can see it. It's, I mean, it's right there. That's the only thing I'd be concerned about is something happening to that. But more than likely, if it's that bad of a storm, I guarantee they would probably let the water out of it beforehand if they think that it's going to hit there.
And if you have to come down to like where we're at, like to the what ifs, I think you're pretty safe. Yeah.
She's a what ifer. She likes to what if everything.
Like I said,
biggest what ifer I've ever seen.
Well, you have to understand, I was the disaster contact.
Some of the stuff she comes up with.
I was the disaster contact for years for Sprint, Embark, and CenturyLink. I know. I looked at GIS maps till I was blue in the face, trying to make sure that the houses that we looked at were not in floodplains, were not in hurricane zones, no evacuation zones. So ours is in a no flood hurricane zone. Nope. We don't have to evacuate unless there's a fire, and there hasn't been any fires here either. So I looked at all that. So I already knew out of all the houses we looked at, this was the only one that was all three of those things. So
that's good. Oh, I do need to take a second here to mention Carl. Carl, I got to thank you. For those of you who don't know, Carl's the one that gave me my very start in podcasting on this very network. And had it not been for a conversation that he and I had outside of a coffee shop, I wouldn't be doing podcasting. So thank you, Carl. Thank you.
Hey, that's no problem, Brandon. No problem at all.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that was quite the night down there and everything at that coffee shop.
That was a fun time.
Yes, it was.
Which one? We were watching. We were doing an episode.
That was the final episode of
Ghost of Devil's Perch.
Yeah, Ghost of Devil's Perch.
That's right.
So yeah, we had all kinds of things
to say that.
Oh, that's no problem, Brandon.
Yeah, I wish we could have made it up for that, but were coming back from someplace.
Here.
Was it?
You
I think they're looking
was-
at houses.
I think you was down there, or you were in Vegas.
Yeah,
one of
we're
the two.
down here looking at houses.
Yeah, because we was down there at Smithville.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm so sad that I didn't get to go and see Katie and KD before we left. Again, stuff we didn't have time for.
Well,
So,
We
but
tried.
now that you're there, now that you're in, who knows? Because I know KD and them they're obligated to come down to the Paracon here in South Carolina. Because
I know
told
they're
them,
obligated.
I told them they don't have a choice.
They have to.
Yeah.
Like I was telling the girls last night, Katie, he had sent me a message 2 weeks ago. And I told him, I said, I now have time to talk during the day. And he said, call me. And I haven't had time to call him. Here I go, and I think I've got time, and I still don't. So I got to get with him before I go back to work. So, but I don't even know how busy he is. So,
He's got his day job, and sometimes he'll answer, sometimes he won't. But he's usually home by 6 Central.
oh, he was telling me to call him during the day at work.
I mean, I'll call him too, and he'll answer. Because a lot of times, most of his job is driving to the places that he fixes video games and stuff at bars, restaurants, blah, 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 whatever. So 99% of the time, he's driving.
Yeah, he's got time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he moved his shop, didn't he?
Yeah, we got a shop that's actually closer to the house.
So he's had the one shop and now he's got a different one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the one, is it? So this is different than the one that he told me he would have to blindfold me to take me to.
Right.
Okay.
You guys.
Unless this was recent, we've had this new shop for maybe 3-4 months.
Right.
Oh shit! So they didn't keep that other one very long at all.
No, and it had to do with rent increase and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Plus, we were sharing the space. Well, we started to outgrow the little space that we were able to share, so we just up and got our own office space, and it works so much better because it's just us in there. So.
Hello?
But it's also, let's see.
Did KD get his hearse fixed up?
We got rid of it.
Oh, got rid of it?
Yeah. Again, he was being charged to park the damn thing.
Wow.
How in the hell do you get charged? Is it that bad in Smithville where they have to charge you to park?
I mean, it was on the same lot as the shop was. So
so those people. I got it. I got it.
Plus, there was KD, that was on his bucket list. He's always wanted a hearse, and he got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's absolutely not enough time for him to fix what needed to be fixed to get it on the road to actually be able to take it distances. But I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility for the future, but I'm glad he was able to get it.
Right.
He checked it off his bucket list, but then, it was just sitting there taking money. And so it went back to the original owner. So it's still there, but maybe in the future.
So what is Katie involved in anything that you can share that you know about?
Not that I know. Are you talking about as far as
TV shows or anything like that?
I know he's been approached for a couple, but nothing that I can really speak of right now.
Okay.
But maybe in the future there may be something coming.
No,
Virgil, no.
No, he would not. So I look better with a beard than Ron would.
Right. Does he have any new equipment he's working on?
We do have some. Let's see. changed the Robo box into a production box. So that's kind of new. He's also working on a new nanocom design. Um, a little bit bigger than the predecessor, but not too big. Still handheld. So he's working on that, and of course he's always working on something like some elaborate experiment that hopefully here soon I can talk about that. But yeah, there's a couple of products in the works. The new nanocom, I think, is just about ready to go in production. So we got some cool stuff coming. And next year, I can say that Supernatural Inc. As far as events, we've picked up some new locations, like a ton of new locations that we
Okay.
will be doing events at. One of like Dodge City, we picked up, and a couple of like haunt the town type events where we're getting like 4 or 5 buildings.
I think that's good to have. I mean, there's like, you could get 4 or 5 buildings in Dodge City alone.
Yeah, in one block.
Yeah, in one block. I mean,
Yeah.
we went to a distillery out there that, again, had spirits in it.
Times 2.
So I know you play on words, but I mean, it was haunted. It was really an interesting place. Did I have anything jump out and reach out and touch me there? No, I just had feeling that there was something there, just wasn't coming out.
Right.
So, and it could be because there was too many people drinking there, because it was a sheriff's office. It wasn't meant to be a bar.
Right.
So could just been, hey, wrong place, wrong time. So,
Right.
but there's some interesting places in Dodge City, and I'd just be careful who you get involved with in all these places. That's the only thing I'd say.
Well, that's why I let Katie. She handles all of that. Basically, it comes down to she tells me and Katie, "Hey, you need to be here at this time."
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Well, you know how it goes, but
yeah, I know how this goes, because I know that there's been times where actually the very first event I went to with Katie, it was funny. She was at the table, and Katie went in to talk, and she wanted me to tape it because she'd never met me before, but she apparently liked me right away. And
she likes you.
So I went in and I taped it, and Katie's sitting there just yammering away, and I'd answer, somebody asked a question, and I kind of got closer to them, and he started noticing that I was taking control, doing the things that Katie would do. And so about 5 minutes before he was supposed to be done, I went,
"Yep, yeah."
And he goes, "What?" I said, "Well, you have 5 minutes left." He thought I was raising my hand to ask a question, and then next one,
Yeah.
and he's like, he goes and tells Katie, "Yeah, she kept me in line." She, and it was just a natural thing. And it is funny how, and you're the same way. I first meet you guys, and here we are. We're synced up right away.
Yep.
Carl, same way. And I don't know if it's just something that's in all of our personalities together, or what, but it is weird how we all just synced up. Just like, I mean, it's like plugging in an extension cord. It's just like it fit just right.
Right.
So,
Oh yeah, because we met at the Paracon. What was it?
no, we met at the McIntyre Village.
Yeah,
No, we met at McIntyre. That's right, and we talked, and then we met again at the Paracon. We talked a little bit there, but when we went out to the road to do the investigation at the end, I mean, talked like we've known each other for years.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I guess I can say one more thing about, I have something coming up. Let's just say I've signed a non-disclosure agreement.
Okay.
And I will be filming a show for the first time ever.
Okay.
Awesome.
So be on the lookout. I will give more details about that. I can't tell you what the show is. The show's called Dark Echoes. Season 1 should already be out on Amazon. So I'll be in somewhere in season 2. I don't know the location, and I don't know who I will be working with, which is part of the setup of the show. But it should be fun.
Isn't this put on by who does Dark Echoes?
Matt is the director. Larissa Rex is the executive producer.
Okay, that's why I know that name of the show.
And it's a pretty good show from what I have watched so far. I mean, I like it. It seems honest. It seems like a good, honest investigation show.
But again, let's say this. Of all the shows that you've seen, we all know that sometimes a mountain is made out of a molehill.
Oh, of course.
Quickly. I mean,
yeah.
I tease all the time. We'll watch a show and I'll go, well, we know who brought the straws this time because they're drawing. You can tell.
Yep.
You go. But yeah, the mountain molehill thing it happens a lot. I mean, if nothing happened, they find a way to make it look like something happened.
Well, I'm chalking it up to another check off, something fun to freaking do.
It is, and I'll tell you, I don't regret being on Ghost Adventures. The only regret I had is that they put my last name on there.
Right.
That's the only thing, because I hated getting all the nudes. I hate that, and I instantly blocked probably 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Dang.
I just got tired of it.
A lot of penises.
Now you beat me to it.
It wasn't just penises. It wasn't just penises. That was the
Wow.
thing. It bothered the living daylights out of me, and I don't think that that's right. That just because you're on TV, so watch out for that. If
I get a bunch of nudes, I'm gonna start an OnlyFans and put all the nudes on the OnlyFans. You're gonna send me free material. I'm gonna make some money.
Well, I got to the point where I was telling people, going, "Is that a thumb?"
Oh, it's a little tic-tac.
You must be driving a little truck.
Must be very cold where you are, sir.
I mean, I got to the point where I just got so pissed at it that I couldn't open my phone in public for a while there.
Yeah, I get it.
And so that when I was on Romper Room, I didn't have that problem. They're not going to send that stuff to a 4-year-old. But of course, I didn't have cell phones then either. But being on there didn't help.
But they did have dinosaurs back then.
Oh
yeah, that's what. And then you rode them to school uphill both ways in the snow.
Yep.
They didn't have dinosaurs in New Jersey.
No, it's dumb. They had something anyway.
So I can't wait to hear about the Haunt the Town.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Details to come whenever we get them.
There's a couple towns that do Hunt the Town. So some of them call it Hunt the Town, some of it call Haunt the Town, and Atchison was pretty much like that back in the day. That's kind of what we did when we did the Haunted Hop.
Yeah,
it'd be 2 places and a haunted restaurant, and so same sort of thing. So I think you guys will do good on that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I enjoy it. I like doing it.
I just can't believe you drive that far to do these events where I know you guys aren't making that much money out of it.
Well, it's twofold. I drive out there. It's about 14 and a half hour drive, but I stay for like a month.
Right.
So not, I get work done in the shop, and I get to hang out with Katie and them, and he is my best friend. I do enjoy spending time with him. So it's kind of twofold.
But, that's the other thing is that you guys, you're going out there, you're doing all that, and I commend you for it. But you hit some bad weather a few times, or you just missed the bad weather getting
Yep.
there or leaving.
Yep.
And that's the part that worries me. That one trip, I remember messaging you. We were leaving at about the same time.
Yep.
And we were about 2 hours behind
Oh
you.
yeah.
And we all lucked out that you didn't get hit with any weather, and neither did we. But there's been many times that you just barely made it someplace before the weather got really crappy.
And I try to time it that way. I look at weather, but eventually we all know that, I'll draw the short straw. But I mean, it's a lot. Like, I get it, but some things are about to change. I may have some gas money coming my way and stuff.
And how's your wife? How's she doing? Because I know she has a very thankful job.
Yeah, for those that don't know, she's a hospice nurse. She's doing really good. I hear her. I think she just came in. I hear her downstairs. She had pneumonia too. Like I had it, then she had it. So that's another thing. All these people that I've talked to all over the U.S., trying to book for my show, they've had pneumonia. And I'm like, that doesn't add up. Like this
Well,
whole
you've
pneumonia.
heard what it's called now. It's called that white lung pneumonia.
Yeah, I
That's
didn't.
going around.
Well,
it's a
from
viral
China.
pneumonia.
Yeah, it's from China, and it went to different countries. And they said, "Oh, we got it contained." Ohio had it worse than anybody here recently.
Well,
everybody's getting it.
we went to the Zaxby's the other day, and every worker in there had a mask on, and we hadn't seen that here of late.
No.
Nowhere. Maybe one or two people at Walmart
every now and then.
And then, but every worker there at Zaxby's had a mask on, and we didn't ask why. We know why, but I've had pneumonia before. It sucks. It takes a long time to get over. Doesn't matter how you got it, because if you're going to get it, you're going to get it. That's
right.
And but viral pneumonia is unusual. No matter what people say, bacterial pneumonia is more common. But viral, and for people who don't know, viral pneumonia is called walking pneumonia. You can have it and not even know it's bad until you're hocking up along.
Well, I went to the ER. This is another stupid move that I did. I was heading to Kansas for an event. Well, I stopped in North Carolina at the VA for the ER. I was in the ER for 6 hours. And then got out and continued to go to Kansas. But while I was there, they ordered a lung x-ray and it came back clear. But then they were looking for blood clots. So they gave me a CT with contrast. And that's how they found the pneumonia.
Oh.
They didn't find it in a regular x-ray.
Huh.
Yeah, see, I can't do the contrast.
Ooh.
Allergic to that stuff.
Yeah, I don't like it. It makes me feel like I gotta pee.
Yeah, well, it makes you taste it too. It's even worse when you taste the copper taste in your mouth.
Yep.
But yeah, I stopped breathing, so they don't give it to me anymore.
Yeah, let's not do that. We don't.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
So,
no.
and you've been sick for what, 6 weeks now?
Probably, yeah. Like I feel like now, I think I'm on the really good the mend because I feel better. I'm a little tired at night. It kicks in, but a whole lot better than I was when this crap started.
Your color's good.
Yeah,
I think that has a lot to do with the brand new camera that I got.
Oh, well, the thing is that new camera isn't making you look any better. Your skin is looking good. It's not looking like you're sick.
Yeah,
so,
no, and
not real pale.
Yeah, and I was bad. I was bad when it first started. I was bad till probably last week, and then it's starting to come out. I'm taking a lot of over the counter stuff, expectorants, and to get that crap out. But yeah, it just hangs on. Just hangs on.
And so your wife is getting better too, right?
She is. She actually took a couple of days off work, which is rare for her, which was good. So she got to rest. So she seems fine, but again, same as me at night, it gets a little
Hi, Jeremy.
She
worse
just
for
sent me
her
a
at night.
message telling me what she needs at the grocery store. She
Right.
just sent it so she doesn't forget. So
But
sorry. Had a message
Oh,
come
all
up.
right.
no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah. So I see
But
where
all in
you
all,
met
yeah, she's doing good.
Santiago
How's your boyfriend?
at one of your
Oh, yeah.
Paracons where you was at, Brandon.
Oh, Santi. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I've done 2 Paracons with Santi. I did the Deep South Paracomic-Con where we first met, and then a week later we were in Pennsylvania together. Santiago's great dude, man. I like him.
Like I tell
Yeah.
everybody, I met him with Tom McNicholas at the very first Spook Show Con that I went to. And I didn't know who he was.
Platoon?
Yeah, in Mattoon,
Yeah.
Illinois. We did that, and
Not a clue.
Tom introduced us to him, and like I said, I had no clue, and that was back in 2018.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah, when I met him, and he took our pictures. Me, Ron, Tom, and somebody I'd prefer not to name, and then Nick Millay. It was the 5 of us in the picture, and really nice guy. I just wish
Oh,
I
he
had
is
spent more
super
time
nice.
with him at the time.
Right.
You know, I just didn't. You know, I didn't know who he was. I've never seen The Walking Dead.
Uh-uh.
You know, I could care less. You know about
Oh, he's got a
somebody
lot of
being on
movies out.
TV. But the thing is somebody being on TV is not important to me.
Right. Oh,
Mm,
another
it's
person
the
from The
person.
Walking Dead. If you have you met Sonia Thompson yet?
Uh-uh.
Is he in the paranormal too?
Yeah, she is what is it? The most photographed zombie of the entire series.
Right.
I have a picture of her. Anyway, if you get a chance to meet her, she's super sweetheart too. I've done 1 Paracon with her. Hang on, I think I hear somebody. Hey, say hello. It's Denise and them.
Hey,
Yeah. There she is.
hi, sweetheart. How are you?
I can't hear.
Here, put them on.
He's like, here, come say hi. And I can't hear a thing.
I said, hi,
Hello.
sweetheart. How have you been?
Good. Better. I heard him talking about the pneumonia saga.
Yeah.
Way better than I was a few weeks ago.
Well, I'm glad to hear it because I know you work really hard and being sick doesn't help you out much.
Right. Very
It doesn't
true.
make
Well, I
sleeping any
appreciate that.
easier.
Well,
Well,
we both coughed and woke each other up over and over again.
That's why we're so damn tired, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
Well, just
nighttime coughing?
because we haven't
Yeah, it gets old after a
haven't
while.
seen you doesn't mean we're not thinking of you.
Well,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you. I appreciate that. I miss everybody. I hate not
Well-
getting to come to everything, but I just need to become independently wealthy so I can retire and travel with him.
I'm trying myself. I'm trying, but you know, losing my job means I can't be independently wealthy right now.
Right? I hear you.
So, but
a lovely evening.
we will, and hopefully we'll see you in March.
Yes, definitely so. Good to see y'all.
See ya.
See.
Did you eat?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I don't know how I got so lucky, y'all. I think she's blind.
Well, either that or drunk.
Probably.
Keep him drunk.
We used to tease Ron's cousin about that all the time. And he married way above his
Oh, yeah, he did.
his status.
Yeah,
Yeah.
way, way above.
Yeah, I get it. Me too.
But no, I'm friends with Santiago and then met Oscar Rodriguez III from The Walking Dead and everything down there at the Paracon and stuff. And I understand this year down there at Paragold, we got a couple more of The Walking Dead coming in.
Oh, that's gonna be cool. I've only met the
Yeah.
2, Santiago and Sonia. But I like The Walking Dead. I watched several seasons until
Yeah.
the zombies started talking. Oh, that's
Oh, it's good.
Yeah, I'm the one that does the laser engravings for Santiago.
oh nice. Well, I like that.
Yeah.
Nice. Would you get a glow forge or
But,
something?
Have you ever seen Sarah
Oh,
Ferguson?
I've got a Sculpin S9 laser
Okay.
engraver, and then I have
Yeah.
2 atomic portable ones. I'll be doing
Nice.
live engravings at Paragould.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
She's got red hair. I don't have red hair.
Whoever that person was.
Hmm.
I don't know who it was.
Ron's going, Ron's saying I don't look like Sarah Ferguson. And I don't think I do either.
But Your
So,
Highness, you do. Your Highness.
Oh, I thought I looked more like, when I was growing up, everybody told me I looked like Valerie Bertinelli. The long dark hair and all that. Do I? No. I look like Denise. That's who I look like.
When you met up
I'm
with
looking at pictures
Santiago,
of. I don't see
when you
it
met
either.
up with Santiago, did you talk about his new series coming out, Smoke TV?
We did. We talked a little bit about it. He had mentioned that the gist of it and stuff. I'm kind of looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's going to be.
He told me there's about he told me the plot, and I'm like, dude, that's perfect. Like, that's gonna be a great show. So
He's got several locations set up for next year to start filming it.
And one of those is
What's it going to be about?
it's about, what is it, like it's a ghost.
It's
that
the true story of a haunted
Yeah.
location meets Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
They're
That's
going to
much
do
better.
part of the show will be the first 30 minutes will be the live truth about the location. Then the last part of the show is where they'll have characters come in and portray a different part of that story.
Reenactments.
A reenactment, like it won't be quite to the storyline, but it'll be more horror. So Santi's got a good idea on it.
and isn't this one of the he's going to do one of them at the old Paulding jail in Ohio?
That's going to be the first one.
Right, and that's the one that it was on Portals to Hell. Kat was on there, Kat Hobson, and it's owned by Shelley, she is a friend of mine through the shows over when I was on the other network. And did you know that there's a Paulding jail down here too? But it's a different, of course, it's not Ohio. But I did not know that until I was going through the stuff from the Ghost Hunting Housewives. So,
and now y'all are in an older location that you can go back to the 1600s and stuff.
Actually, even further than that. What people don't like, one of the things that people have heard me say this before, but Pensacola is older than St. Augustine.
Yep.
By 5 years. At least 5 years. And they've got all kinds of stuff related to pirates and stuff here that people didn't even realize. I was like, I'm learning about the history here, and it's amazing, all the stuff. And as Crystal was saying last night, that this town that we live in of Milton has some of the darker history in the area. So we're going to have to find all that out. So.
Well, that's the cool thing about where you guys are at. You're not going to run out of stuff in your area, but you can hop over to Bama and check out some stuff. Hop over to, you're down in New Orleans if you wanted to. Y'all are in a really good location.
They're in a great location. They're just a few hours from different locations here.
Mississippi, Tennessee.
Yeah.
It's Georgia,
we're only
everywhere.
7 hours from you. So
Right. Go ahead. Yeah. That excites me.
So
we'll get to hang out a whole lot more
yeah,
than we did.
the kids
A lot
went.
more battlefields.
Yeah, back a few months ago. Was it a few months ago? Back in October, I guess it was. In October, the kids went up to Pickens, and they said it wasn't a bad drive from here to there.
Yeah, it's about 7 hours.
Mm-hmm. So they were
Oh.
able to do it, not a problem. My grandkids got to see their other grandma and meet some of their family. So I just thought that was great.
Yeah, that is good. I used to make the drive from here to Tampa a lot, and it wasn't that bad till I got close to Tampa. It's not a bad drive.
Yep.
I haven't been to Tampa yet.
Yeah, you're
To be
really not
honest, I
missing
haven't
much.
been very many places lately.
Well, yeah. As far as Tampa goes, you're not missing much.
Well, Ron's family lives down there.
Oh, well then, there you go.
Yeah, we actually have more family in Florida than we do anywhere. So it's
My
kind
ex in-laws lived in Clearwater, so Clearwater,
Oh.
St. Pete, Tampa.
Yeah, that's where most of my cousins and aunts and uncles are at.
Yeah,
Now,
his
I do
family.
like Clearwater. I love Clearwater area.
Yeah.
St. Pete area. I like that.
But yeah, we got the rest of the family is over in Daytona. So, and we're about 5-6 hours from them. So it'll be nice someday.
You're in a good location.
Yeah, we are, and I don't think we're really even that far from Eastern Kentucky here. If I had to go there,
No, there's
No.
well, we're hearing from a lot of people. There's a town that's less than 2 hours from us, Marianna. They said the whole town is haunted. The whole town.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
And we've heard that from a lot of people down here.
yeah, Marianna, Florida. So, and it's just off of 10.
I need a weekend at least to check that out.
Does the town support the hauntings and stuff like that?
Don't know yet.
I don't know.
Rob is the first person to tell us about it. He had sent us a message months ago and telling me about it. And then when we were at the Paracon in Pensacola with Kat, she brought it up randomly.
Right.
So, we're not asking directly, and this just comes out. That tells you something.
Right.
It's not, hey, by chance, have you been to this place? And no, it was, she just said, yeah, you got to check out this place. And
yeah,
another person
thought
there
we'd
told
already
us the same
been there.
thing.
She goes, I know you guys have been busy, but she goes, I figured you'd already went there by now.
Well, and see, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, Marianna,
neither,
Florida. So
put that on the list.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a good haunt the town the town thing for you. And
were you planning on going to Gettysburg in July? For the bash, or is that something you do?
I've never been. I haven't been to Gettysburg as an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went as a kid, loved it. I mean,
right.
I was into paranormal investigating, at that age. I was like 10. So I had a tri-field meter from Radio Shack and stuff, but never been as an adult. But I if I'm not too busy, I'd like to go up there this coming year. I've never been to the Gettysburg Bash. So I'm going to try to get up there if I can.
I want to go to that. That's been on my list for a few years now. But the last time we went to Gettysburg was in 2017. And everybody we know, not everybody, about 80% of the people I know will be there. And
Carl's Paracon is the week before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Santi's going to be at both.
Yep.
Oh, Santi.
And the Paracon down there in Parago this year, well, it's going to be a week long. There's going to be 3 days of investigations at the haunted house location there in Jonesboro.
I don't know how that's going to go over.
Well, so it went over
One way to
great
find out.
that
Yeah,
last year,
you're,
that one night we were there.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
booked up
But for a
that
week,
night.
like I said, but a
Well,
week, that sounds like a lot.
we're not having the actual Paracon for a week. They're only doing it for the 2-day deal
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
stuff. But there's going to be 3 days of investigations with different groups.
Well, that'd be a good way to get a bunch of new people and run them through
Yeah.
3 days, and then at the
That gets
end
them
you'll
ready
have those
for the
the
Paracon.
Paracon.
Right.
I can see that working.
Yeah, that's well. You got to realize Paragould,
It's a lot.
Arkansas, down there, which is well connected to Jonesboro. They're like 40 minutes apart there. But the mayor of Paragould last year put into the city ordinance the month of July is Scared City Productions Paranormal Horror Show Month. It's into law down there
Okay.
and stuff. So the town is supporting all the Paracon and everything like that. And with Scared City Productions owning the haunted house that they run for Halloween, which is haunted. And then they brought in an old jail, old metal jail down there from the
Yeah. It's poured in.
1850s and some other locations down there. So it's going to be interesting.
That does sound kind of fun.
I haven't been to Paragould since 1983. No, yeah, it would have been 1983.
I was 2 years old.
Well, it was so good there last year, especially on the vendors' part, that they run out of room for the vendors.
That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing when your vendors actually all show up.
Well, a
Yeah.
few of them didn't show up, and then some decided to show up without contacting anybody.
Oh,
And a couple of them were big name vendors, like the guy that did, well, what was he? He was one of the Michael Myers.
oh,
And he showed up at the very end. So we ended up putting his booth up there by the bathroom, which turned out good because when you walked in the door, he was right there
hmm
and stuff. But no, he did real good. But yeah, there was a lot of them. One of the big ones, especially down there in Paragould, is Mr. Bill's Comics. Has the largest comics collection and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he took up, oh my God, he took up probably 5 spaces down there for all his comic books and everything.
That's cool. I like comic books.
So,
yeah.
but,
I
yeah.
kind of,
Hey, Mike,
you know,
how you doing? I'll get a hold of you after the show, Mike.
Paragould when we lived in Blytheville was not. It was a small town. Jonesboro had a mall and a college, but it still seemed small.
It was
It's
small.
not
When I
now.
drove over the road, I used to come up from the south and go through Jonesboro, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And it was little bitty. I mean, it had one little bitty tiny truck stop, gas
Mhm.
station out there on the highway. Now driving through, I about got lost. Me and Gary about
Mhm.
got lost trying to find this haunted house down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's only, I mean, when it comes down to it, there's a whole shitload now of big gas stations, not necessarily truck stops, but there was only mom and pop places back in the day.
I'll be right back in a couple of minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
But
So,
yeah, it for the very first Paracon that Santiago put on down there and everything, they did little after paying everything and all this and that because the Quality Inn was booked completely out.
yep.
And it was just like what you said. Now there was a few slabs that they had to pay for to stay in there, right?
Mhm.
But the rest of us, vendors and everybody, we had to pay our own, right?
Right.
But we booked up that entire hotel.
Right.
And
That
this year
that
they
makes
gave
it
us bigger
easy.
discounts.
They should. I mean, if you're guaranteed that you're going to be filling it up, they don't have to clean those rooms for multiple days. They're booked up for this amount of time. They're making their money.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. But
Oh yeah, they
again,
made their money.
I just think some of these big events that do all that, hey, we'll pay this, and this to get you there. It becomes a precedent. Then everybody thinks that you have to do this all the time. And it's not the best way to go. Some of these cons are bad business practice. It's not sustainable.
Right.
So when you look at this, you go, so next year, because I did this, I need to go bigger next year and I need to spend more money. And I don't know how they're making money off of the cons. I don't know how they could be. And for some people, this is their whole income to do the
Right.
next one and the next one. Everybody I know that's tried to do this has lost money. And
They didn't get rich last year, but they made a little over what they spent. But
well,
you have
then
to realize they also had 75 vendors there
right.
Wow.
Well,
and everything.
when one of the things that I had told Brandon, and I think I did. Oh, this broke.
I got another one.
Was that, if you charge the vendor too much money, they've already lost money before they got in there. If
Right.
you're charging the person a high price to get in, they're not going to feel like they can spend money because they've already spent this much money to get into the event. So if your ticket prices are more than $10, and then you charge your vendors $100 for their table, okay, I spent this much money. I only have this much money left to spend. So if I was going to spend $30, I can only spend $20. That's the way I look at it from being an adult, I guess, knowing that I have other things to pay.
Mm-hmm.
You have to budget. They have to do the same thing for the event. They have to think of it like the person that's going to the event. Am I going to spend money on this? And then the poor vendor who spent $100 has to make at least $200 to feel like they've done anything.
Right. And that's what
And
I was talking to Santiago and Scott down there at the Paracon, right? First day in there, everything was going good and everything. Second day, a lot of people were going to, of course, the big vendors' tables and stuff like that. I said, you got speakers all around here and you got your portable mic. Check with all the vendors. And every 15 minutes or every 30 minutes, go to a vendor's table.
Yeah.
Right? And announce over the speaker you're at Wizards and Gravy, where I was set up, right? And everything. For the next 15 minutes, you get 10% or 20% or whatever they were doing off your purchase. And that shocked all the vendors when they started doing that down there because I seen crowds. I had a crowd of 25, 30 people over at our table looking at everything we had there to sell and stuff. And it worked out great.
so the Kmart blue light special is at
That's what I told him. I said, next year, find you one of the lights. It's got a blue light
Yeah,
that
blue
flashes
light.
on
Yeah.
it and do the old blue light special. And Scott went, that's not a bad idea. I said,
a lot of people wouldn't
vendors
even
to
know what
come
you were
back,
talking about.
this is how you do it.
Yeah.
or you go to
Some
Temu,
people might think it's a new thing.
go to Temu and get one of the little lights that they have because they have the
Uh-huh.
little police lights. There you go.
Right.
And more than
But
likely,
it worked out real good. A lot of the
Look at
vendors that weren't making money started making money
toys and stuff.
and everything. we made enough down there to cover our table and stuff and different things, so it wasn't that bad.
I know, but like I said, I just feel bad for, like,
Susan and Mike, how you doing?
like the people that drive the whole way. They're already down their table fee, their gas, their hotel, all this stuff. And then if they don't sell anything, then they're just screwed.
Mhm.
One of the things I had told Brandon was maybe, uh, sharing the costs kind of thing, that if we make this much money, then I'll give you guys back this much on your fees. I couldn't remember what I said at the time because I was eating lunch when I was told Brandon.
Yep.
but there's a lot of ideas, and basically, I don't know if you heard us, Brandon, but we were talking about precedent, that basically, because you did this event last year, then you feel like you need to go bigger, and once somebody starts paying for people to show up at their events, paying the fees and stuff, people begin to believe that that's normal, that that's what it's supposed to
Right.
be. And
Yep.
that's the part that always bothered me about that, was I don't know how one person is more important than another. But if you're going to do that, maybe one person, but not a whole bunch. It's
Yeah.
like having
Yeah.
an
And
anchor
that's what
out in the mall.
that's what I'm gonna do this year, probably. Like I said, I have that one Paris celeb that's a good friend of mine that I may get out, but and they may not be paying anything, or I may not be paying them anything, and
Right.
but
That's a whole different
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
What you guys agree to is fine. But I had somebody who had wanted to be a speaker at the event that Tom and I did
Yeah.
at Spook Show Con. And the guy was from Chicago, but he didn't live there. He'd have been a great speaker and everything, but we were going to have to cover his airfare and his hotel and his rental car, and it kept getting
Yeah,
and I
it's
just
too
said,
much.
we don't have that kind of money. We
They
don't
kept
we
asking for
don't have.
more and more.
And I mean, I never even took this to Tom because it was one of those things that it was just way too expensive.
Yeah.
It was going to end up costing like $10,000, and I'm glad we didn't do it, because
right,
there's no way that we could have afforded it. Period. And Tom was paying for this stuff out of his pocket, and I'm like, no. And I think we did great. It was, the event did not do great, but every vendor showed up, every speaker showed up, everything else went out
Real good
without it.
speakers.
Really great.
Yeah, I was
We had
listening
a
to that
great
all day.
event. The bad part is we only had maybe 10 people who paid to come to the event. I felt bad,
right.
but
Well,
we still
one
had
thing that bugs
fun.
me about these celebs, that you pay and bring them into the show, and you pay big money for them, right? They set their table up and then charge a fortune for their autograph. If
Yeah.
you paid for them to come in, that shouldn't happen. They've already been paid.
The race chasers charged,
We had that
but
down there. We had an incident
$5,000.
down there. I mean, I went in, and of course Santiago said I had a friend up here that couldn't go with us, and she wanted autographs. And he goes, "That's no problem. All these guys will sign that for her." I had two of them that threw a fit. And I said, "Santiago sent me over here." Okay.
yeah,
That's how
I
that
think
went.
that's,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
when we were at the Pensacola Paracon, Chris and Mike from the race chasers were there, and they took pictures with Lindsay and Piper for nothing. It had a sign up that said, "Hey, we charge for this." They didn't charge anybody.
Yeah, all
It was
these
just
down there had signs up like that, and people would walk by and look at it and go, "I'm not paying $50 for a selfie
No.
no.
and everything."
and there's some celebs out there, and I know this for a fact, that charge $5,000 plus flight, plus hotel, plus rental car.
Right, that's what I was just saying. It was
Yeah.
$10,000 for this one guy.
Yep. And and I noticed this when I was putting together last year's Paracon. I'd have people out of the blue email me, "Hey, I'd love to be a speaker." "Oh, well, great. I charge this, this, and this." I'm like, "No, thank you."
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep, thank you. Delete.
Thank you. See you later.
And then you got people like me saying, "Hey, I'll be a speaker. I'll
Right.
pay my own way and I'll be there." And the thing is you've heard me. No, you didn't hear me speak, did you? You weren't there. You guys showed up late.
I didn't. I was not. I didn't have anything to do with that. I was
I know.
riding with the late to their own funeral crew.
Yeah. We know.
We know.
know the type.
Yeah.
We know them. We know
Yeah.
them.
Well,
Yeah.
we were, well, at David's, Glidden's Paracon, we were invited to be speakers, but we didn't really know until, well, like a minute before.
Well,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You could tell that we had no prep time. So he got what he paid for free.
Right.
no.
No,
When I did
it
when I spoke,
was funny.
Ron didn't even know he was going to be up there. Ron was busy talking to
Yeah, I was
somebody
too
else,
busy talking to other people.
to Aaron G. Thompson.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Aaron.
See, I didn't forget.
That's my
I didn't
buddy.
forget the G.
Yeah, you don't forget the G.
No, he was busy talking to Aaron, and Aaron goes, "Wasn't
Aaron
that your
goes-
wife up there?"
He goes, I
talking?"
think your wife's up there yelling at you. I said, so?
I didn't. I did not yell. I just started
Ron,
talking.
get up here.
And
Like, oh yeah, I guess she is.
basically, I thought it was a good way to start out the Paracon, and I think everybody enjoyed it because I made it about the audience and not about me, not about
Right.
Ron. And it got people involved very quickly. And I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that's a good way to break the ice between a lot of people who don't know each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
So, and you got something you want me to talk about? Tell me what it is. I'll make sure I can talk about it. But
Mhm.
basically, I was talking about what I knew the best, people, and reading what they wanted to hear. So what was one of your favorite speakers at the last Paracon?
Hey, Mom.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Karen.
Of what I got to see, that was the big thing. I didn't really get to sit down and watch.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, I got to see Miranda Young, the ghost biker. I've seen her at two. She was at my Paracon, then I saw her at the Deep South and got to watch her speak again. I loved her presentation. I liked her energy. It was fun. She's one of the tops. Jeremy Leonard was good. I just like Heat because he's real. At least in
Yeah,
my
he's a
opinion.
good guy.
I like that, and he did
Yeah.
really good. I didn't get to see Sam Baltrusis. I didn't get to see some of the other names actually speak, but I mean I heard everybody did good. But of what I got to see, Miranda, she was amazing. And Jeremy was great.
What was one of the topics that you wanted to hear that you didn't get to hear?
And I'm not big into UFOs or whatever, but I would have liked to had a little bit more UFO. I had a crypto guy, and he could have talked about either one. It was Barnaby Jones, but he decided to talk crypto, cryptids, not crypto.
That's okay. We know what you
yeah.
meant.
Right? Yeah. Oh,
Cryptozoology. See, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Bill
I was
Crichton.
thinking, yeah, but maybe this year get some UFOs. I mean, I'm interested, but I'm not. They terrify me. Aliens.
That's one of the things that we're starting to research more into. We're getting involved with MUFON here because I want to know more. There's been some UFO incidents here that I need to research more, but I want to know more about it.
That's interesting what you said, Brandon, because it's a lot of people we've talked to about UFOs. They either relish it or they're scared to death.
Yeah,
There's no in between.
No,
Right.
and I'll tell you why I'm terrified. So I was younger, probably about 10 or 11. I was left at home alone. Latchkey kids from the 80s. So I was watching one of those documentaries on aliens, whatever, and they got to the part where they talked about how the aliens would implant little things in the person's nose. As soon as they said that, my nose started bleeding.
Hmm.
I didn't have a cold. I didn't have nothing. I'm not one for nosebleeds. So it has been ingrained in me that the aliens have put something in my freaking nose, and I'm terrified. So
Hmm.
it's just like, really, that's not coincidence. How does that happen?
That's
And
weird.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anything that made you say, "Oh, there
Yes.
aliens exist"? Okay, so what did
When
you
I was
see?
a kid,
Okay,
we went to this local burger place, and my parents took me. On the way back, I was looking out the window up at the stars, and I saw a UFO doing maneuvers in the sky. I thought I was crazy. And I was in elementary. Well, I got back to school the next day, and other kids were talking about it. That they saw it too. And so,
and how far are you from the Brown Mountains?
not terribly far here. I can tell you, like a couple hours maybe.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it couldn't have been the Brown Mountain lights that you were seeing then.
No, and now that I've been working with Haygood Mill and the Historic Society, some of the older guys have talked about all the UFO activity that happens around Haygood Mill.
Uh-oh.
So, I mean, apparently this area has a good bit of sightings, but I've never looked into it because I was freaking terrified. But it's something that I want to know more.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know if you guys know Carter Burchard.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've interviewed Carter a couple times, and
Yeah, I got
he
a
was
couple
a
of his
Bennett.
books.
Yeah. So have you seen his new book where he talks about his alien abduction?
Oh no, I did not see
No,
it.
I haven't.
Yes. I'm gonna have him on in January, but his new book is all about when he did a lot of past or regression hypnosis, and that he taped all of it. Well, then he finally went through all the tapes, and he wrote this book about his abduction and continued abductions. Like,
Yeah, I remember him
who
saying
would
he was
I
going to
never?
do that.
Well, it's out. I actually should be getting my copy within a couple of days, but
I was
and
going to
that's one
say
thing I told
Russell had
Carter.
him on his show last week,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yeah, and I talked to him after the show. That's when we were talking about it. But of all people, like when he talks, Bigfoot, I listen because he's a genuine dude. He seems like there's nothing to lie about. So when he comes out and talks about his alien abductions, I really want to know more about what happened. So I got his book.
The question I would ask him if I was you is, if the aliens showed up again, would he go with them?
He said
on his own.
I asked him that. And he said he would.
So he had a good experience.
Well, he said that he was never really harmed. So he said that he would want to go back and if they said, "Hey, you want to come?" He said, "Yeah."
Because we've had people tell us that if a spaceship pulled up, they would jump on right now.
Yeah, jump right
Oh
on.
yeah, we've
No
had a lot of
questions
people
asked.
tell us that.
Or run.
Right. I mean, I don't know what I would do. I wonder.
I think it depends on what they look like.
If they were the what do you call it? The
reptilians?
The reptilians? No.
How about Greys? They tell me Greys are robots. They're not really. They're androids. They're not real people.
I watched a thing about that. It was a press conference that Dr. Stephen something had, and he was talking about how one of the guys that was up talking was talking about how the Greys were robots that were controlled by the government, and he could see in this UFO like normal humans and Greys, and that sent me down a rabbit hole.
What about? I mean, in that case, would these be people that believe that the birds are actually robots and drones, and that birds aren't real?
See, yeah, that's true. I mean,
then why are they pooping on my car? Okay, tell me why.
Right. Well, and one guy that I'm going to have on the show, Travis Walton.
I love Travis.
Yeah, I met him at the Kansas City Medicon, and Like that movie terrified me. So Fire in the Sky from 1993. But it so intrigues me that I want to get him on, and because I didn't get to hear him talk, we were super busy.
I have got a question for you to ask Travis, and he may really light up for you. It's not paranormal at all. So here you go.
All right.
Who is your favorite Kardashian?
I don't even need to write that down. I'll remember that. That's off the wall. I like that.
Yes, and he will tell you. He'll sit straight up, he'll light up, and he'll smile, and he'll start talking. And I'm not going to tell you who it is.
All right, good. Yeah, don't please, because I want to react to it. I've never asked that. I need to put that in my number, like my initial questions.
There's a reason for this.
I believe it. Like, I 100% believe.
He was on the Kardashians. I
haven't seen episode 1 of the Kardashians, but
I hadn't either. I had no idea. When she asked the question, I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
He was on there. So my daughter watched every episode of that. She sent me she goes, "Mom, you're meeting Travis Walton. Ask him this question." And oh my God, I never saw somebody sit up so straight and smile. He was so happy not to have an abduction question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then I'm definitely asking that.
I mean, you might want to ask that to other people, but I don't think it will mean as much.
No, I don't think so either. But it's just kind of I never thought that you were going to go there. Like, okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited. I'm going to ask him that.
You're like me. You had no idea he was even on the show and why anyone would even watch them.
Yeah, because poor Ron, he's over there. I stand up and ask the question, and you can see Ron doing this. Like,
I mean, I don't know. Obviously, hundreds of thousands of people, millions watch that show. I'm not. I are not one, but I never thought that having Travis Walton on that I would have to ask about the Kardashians, but I'm going to. Right. It's going to happen.
I never thought they would have millions of people watching people that have never done anything in their life.
People are famous for being famous.
Who cares?
Right.
Yeah, why are people watching it? They haven't done anything.
But no, we met Travis back in Marshalltown, Iowa, when we helped out with a paranormal conference there, where we were gophers. Boy, we were gophered around that time. But yeah, we met him there, and he was one of the nicest people.
Yeah, he's a nice guy
I'd ever met. Ron's mom had given me money for my birthday in June, and I held on to that at $50. I held on to that $50 until we got to that Paracon, and I told her that I knew exactly what I was spending this money on, and it was Travis Walton's book, signed by him. So I have his book, and I have yet to have read any of it. Ron has. Ron's been reading it.
Yeah.
But
the book's a lot better than the movie.
Oh, the movie.
It's a lot better.
The movie took way too many liberties that he said didn't happen. But again, the personal time that we had was what I really enjoyed from that.
Yeah.
I don't have enough. I can't interview him yet, only because of the fact that I haven't finished the book. And second, I want to know more about aliens and stuff before I start asking questions that make me sound stupid.
Right. And see, I don't care because I sound stupid anyway, so I'm just going to, interview him.
Well, why not?
I don't know. Sometimes I think I would rather learn as I'm interviewing because I learn better that way.
Yep.
And that's the thing. That's what sometimes I have to agree. I don't want to talk to somebody before I interview them on the phone. If I spend a bunch of time talking to them on the phone, I have already asked those questions. Why am I going to ask them again? I just assume if I know it, everybody knows it.
Right.
So.
Although
it's going to be so much fun.
They do say the site where he was abducted, you can get to it now. Where before he said it was really hard to get to. You almost need a 4-wheel drive truck.
Right.
But from extra roads and that are put out, they said you can almost get to it pretty easy.
Well, good for them. I'm not going.
And you know what? The location's not that far off of Interstate 40.
It's not, no, not too far.
Yeah, not happening. No.
Well, you know,
I'd like to go.
I want to go.
Yeah, I'd like to check it out.
I want to
We're
go
out in that
there.
area
I
again.
also want to go to
Vegas.
Roswell.
Well, then you'd see Shaman Sundays live with a butt probe. I don't want it.
I
Don't want my butt probed.
Well, you know, but we don't know that because remember, it was a weather balloon.
Yeah, sure it was. Yes, with weird hieroglyphics on it, just so they know. All right.
Yeah, and you know, that's another thing. We've talked about that on the show a few times. How can aliens not be real when they've been showing star people on hieroglyphics for thousands of years?
Yeah.
Well, and all native tribes that you talk to go back to star seeds and star people, and they come from the stars. And I talked about this on my show the other day. The three most abundant gases in the universe, nitrogen, oxygen, and argon, are some of the main gases that make up humanity. So, I mean, you're part of the
Forgot
universe.
about methane.
Oh, there's a lot of... Actually, I looked this up too. Only 0.001% of your fart stinks of the gas makeup. So that's a powerful punch.
Who actually did a test on that?
Yeah.
Dude, I think it was like, I don't know, it's one of those like MIT or something that gets stupid money just to do stupid stuff.
Probably the same person that created that gas meter for Ghost Adventures that caught Zach farting.
Same guy, gotta be. It's gotta be.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to have some interest in that.
I mean,
probably from the same study that they found out if they shove a beer up their ass, you can get drunk quicker.
That or the vodka soaked tampons. I mean, it just continues to be stupid.
It is.
Just
like, where do they come up with this stuff?
Well, the future of our country.
Yeah.
No, it's the future of the world.
Society.
Yeah, it has gotten that bad.
So we've got a little bit of time left. We're going to ask you a question.
Okay.
If you could go forward or backward in time, which way would you go? And why?
I've never been asked that before.
Mm-mm.
I would probably go backwards.
Okay.
That's what most people say.
To
How
what
far
event?
and why?
I would probably go back to it would be the time of the Egyptians.
Okay. Why? Do you want to sleep with Cleopatra?
Well, I will tell you. Well, I heard they threw some hella parties. No, I want to see all of the monoliths as they were supposed to be, to really see were they wireless power? Were they, but I obviously, so I can keep the knowledge that I have now and go back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'd want to see, what the pyramids, were they a power source? Was there nuclear fission going on? I want to know the truth that people just speculate on.
You want to see how they were built.
I want to see it all. I want to see everything.
Yeah.
But especially those monoliths, because it supposedly had pure gold on the top, which would reflect stuff. That's probably where I would want to go, either there or to the Atlanteans.
To see if Atlantis truly existed?
Right.
I think it did. And I saw this thing recently that some people feel, they're theorizing that it's Antarctica.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen some people say it's Antarctica. Some people say it's in the middle of Africa. There's a place in Africa that you could see where the ancient sea came from.
Yeah, so
and there was the three. It was 3 concentric rings of land and 3 concentric rings of water, and it kind of lays out like that.
Yeah.
That was supposedly what. So I want to know, and since we're in the same time, I want to know. So they burnt the library at Alexandria. Was that an alien doing because the human race had gotten a little bit out of hand, and they wanted to erase all that knowledge and start it back over?
Maybe it was a biblical thing.
Mm.
And
That's a good question.
and yet there's all kinds of things that we as humans want to know. We are all curious about something. And it would be great if there was a way that our history was all written, and it's not.
Well, it was until the arson at the Library of Alexandria.
But that didn't have everything in the entire world, only maybe in the world at that point.
Right, but to that point, if they hadn't have burnt it, then we would have had stuff that went back supposedly 100,000 years. There were scrolls in there. So why are we burning 100,000 plus years of knowledge? You know, it's those questions that I just want to ask. You know?
Yeah, and did it truly exist?
Right.
Yeah, that's the part that always makes me go, did it exist? And if it did, why? And if it didn't, why did we make it up?
And
Because
why
we
are
had to have
there
an answer to something.
why are there watermarks on the Sphinx that predate what archaeologists are dating the Sphinx at? It's older than what they say. I want to know if this is true. You know, I just
The
want to
question
know.
is carbon dating correct? See, we got that problem too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right. So the only way to know is
To be
if I
there.
can go back to the times of the Egyptians and go see for myself.
And what if there's all these what ifs then, but we're not going to go there. So if you could go back and go forward or backwards in time, knowing what you know now, would you, you'd have to go and stay forever. You couldn't come back. Would you do it? Would you go forward, backwards, stay here? What would you do?
I think going forward would be stupid because I would be an imbecile in the future because of technology and all that, and I would have no idea. So I would go back and I would probably choose the late 1700s because I have just enough knowledge to help, like blacksmithing and stuff like that to progress. So I would be a help in the past. And yeah.
So you're looking at the early industrial age.
Yep.
So what would your job be?
That's a good question. I would probably have to let those that accept me figure that out. Where can I fit in with them? Because if I start telling people what to do, I'm going to be the crazy one, and I'm going to go to Trans-Allegheny.
That will have just been
it
created.
hasn't been built yet.
Right. Yeah, I'll just be there on the land going, well, one day I'll be here. No, I would.
They would build it for him.
Yeah,
sitting out
if
there
they
on the
build it,
mound
Brandon
waiting.
will come. Right, yeah. But I don't know. I would probably have to let those that actually believe me and listen choose. Because you have to be kind of careful with that futuristic knowledge, I would think.
Well, you could start a cult.
You'd have to show them.
Right, like all I would need was a lighter. Fire.
Start a cult, and then you got everything that you need.
So if tomorrow you look in the papers and I have traveled back in time and you see the cult of Cooper has been unearthed, then you know that it was
But the thing is, we wouldn't know. That's the thing. We would not know because all the timelines will have changed based on that movement.
You would have changed
so
history.
true. Yeah. Now we're talking quantum string theory.
And we're not that smart.
I'm not, no. But I would think early industrial life's tough, but it's still not that freaking tough to where, it's miserable. And so,
you still get the hunt. You still got to hunt rabbits and squirrels to eat.
Yeah, and I love being outdoors and hunting. So, you could help revolutionize. You could teach them about rifling to help with hunting and make it easier. And I don't know. That was a good question.
I know.
I like that.
He came up with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how good I would do in the future.
I don't think I wouldn't go forward because I don't want to know when my expiration date is.
We've only had actually a couple people said they'd go in the future. Everybody else is back.
But then nobody said that far in the future either.
No.
No.
Because I was gonna say,
Okay.
if you go too far in the future and you're already dead, does that erase you when you get there? I mean, there's just
Well,
so many.
probably not. But you would show up missing if you go back and try to find, do a history search on yourself. Suddenly you were missing, because
Right.
think about the movie The Time Machine.
hmm
The guy disappeared, and they finally eventually closed up his house and said, "I don't know where he is, but we got to leave it here in case he comes back." But they still walked away. But the newer Time Machine, I don't think that they did that. I think it was totally different. But it's
Super.
it's
good
a theory,
question, so.
you know.
Yeah.
Do you believe that time travel is possible?
Yes.
Do you have any
100%
examples
yes.
of where you think that it's that you've seen that makes you believe that?
The Hadron Collider, for one. What are they really opening up? I get the Higgs and Bose particle. I get that. But what else are they doing?
Oh, you mean all the crap in CERN?
Yeah.
They've gone forward in
That-
time, but only by a millisecond or something like that.
Which that we know of.
You're right, that
You
we
know.
know of.
Right. And also there's certain jumps in technology throughout the centuries that would lead me to believe that there was time travel done or alien intervention. One of the two.
I think it's alien intervention.
Right.
Right.
But there is
But now
time travel, but it's from alien
The
intervention.
biggest,
that question also begs the question: can the aliens go forward and backwards in time at will?
don't know.
Do aliens age?
Yes.
You know?
I think everything ages. I just think that based on their timeline, because one of the people that we've talked to about alien stuff is that they're aging, but it's so much slower than our aging. And one of the people that she said she saw, the alien she saw, was what, 700?
Mm-hmm. 400.
700
She
and
was
400?
200.
Yeah, there you go. 400 and 200 years old. And they didn't look beyond 40.
No.
Well, if you
So-
look at the twin paradox in quantum physics, and the twin paradox says if you put one identical twin in space and he travels at the speed of light for 5 years and comes back, the guy that stayed back would have aged it was 5 minutes in space, aged 50 years, and he would not have aged. So if they're traveling at the speed of light or close, of course they don't age like we do because time goes different.
Yeah.
Time is faster.
And it's all
Or slower.
relative.
Yeah. That's what
Right.
they say anyway. And,
I mean,
and the
so
thing is, we don't know.
I think, yeah. Well, and there was a guy that was interviewed, I think by Art Bell, that said he was a time traveler and that he was going to send images and breakdowns of his time machine and stuff. But I've listened to those recordings. I mean, dude sounds legit. I mean, who am I to say he's crazy? I don't know.
But the question is, did any of that? Is the guy still around?
Mm.
And
I
what
don't know.
time is he? Yeah, what time is he now?
Well,
and what is that information that he said he was going to share?
Or look at the picture of Mike Tyson's boxing match. Out in the crowd, it looks like somebody's holding a smartphone taking a video. Well, there wasn't smartphones and stuff back then. But there's just one picture of a fan holding a smartphone.
But is it possible in that picture's been photoshopped?
I was going to say, could it have been? I don't know. I'm not that good.
Yeah, that's the problem I have with those.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I think it's
that's
real.
what I've got from
yeah.
Probably Ruby. So, but we've got just a few minutes left. Where can everybody find you?
So I do a show called Shaman Sundays that all started here on this network, thanks to Carl. I do it every Sunday, 9 p.m. You can find it on my YouTube at Shaman Sundays, on my Facebook at Shaman Sundays, or uh, there's a bunch of different websites that we go out to, but those are the two main ones you can find. I also work with Supernatural Inc., Katie and Katie Stafford, and my wife. You can check us out at supernaturalinc.paranormal.com. And I think that covers just about everything.
Okay, and please let us know. Well, share your event with me, and I'll make sure that we share it on the shows so that people know that
On
it's
the
coming
shows.
up.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know, and if
Sure.
you want to make a little 1-minute commercial about it, please do so and send it to us, and we'll
Oh, that'd be
figure
awesome. Yeah.
we'll figure out a way to mix it into our paranormal shows. And
Right.
because we, as I said last night, there's paranormal unity, but there's also friend unity. And
Mm.
you know what? I would much rather be a nice person all around than just a nice paranormal person.
I 100% agree with that.
So, but we support you 100%. We always have. So, let us know what we can do to help you. And
Yeah, sure.
Did you ever go back and watch your very first show?
I've tried to find it and I haven't seen it. How bad is it? How bad?
Oh, compared
You
to
can find it on the Bill of Rights Network Facebook page.
Oh, sweet, you have it. Oh, amazing! Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
I'm a good. You know what?
Yeah.
'Cause
All the
I've
shows
sat here.
are on there.
I told
I've
Denise.
sat here and wondered.
Yeah, we watched the very first one. I told Denise then. I said, he is going to be really good one day. I said, just today, isn't it? It was funny. It was hard to get you to say anything. Yeah.
He was so nervous.
Yeah.
His
Oh
very
my
first
gosh. Yeah.
show.
I was.
Yep.
100%.
It
I
was
was
fun.
so nervous.
and Carl is right. Every show is out there except for the ones that we deleted, that we agreed to delete. And
Oh,
they
yeah,
have nothing
right.
to do with anybody on the network currently. All the other shows are still there. Just this one show was
One
completely
individual
deleted.
that we deleted.
Yeah.
One little
Understood.
Weasley dude needed to go.
Understood.
We
You know what?
don't belong.
Okay, and for the people that are watching, everybody go back and find my very first episode and watch it. Let's comment and then come to at Shaman Sundays on YouTube
totally
and find
different.
one of my latest ones and let's compare together, shall we? Because this is gonna be fun.
So I gave you feedback directly back then, so
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So
I like it.
I'd like
Yeah,
for
I've come.
everybody to come back and join us. Carl, are we doing a show next Tuesday?
Yeah, we'll do one.
Okay,
next
come
Tuesday.
back and join us next Tuesday at 5 p.m. Central, right here on the Bill of Rights Network. The Paranormal Pride is on hiatus until January 8th. I will be back then. I want everybody to enjoy their holidays and not stress out about, oh, darn, I missed Denise's show. So that's where we are for the Paranormal Pride. Carl, take it away.
Right. And we thank everybody for joining in the chat room over on Rumble, on Born TV and everything. We got 10 people watching us over there. Thank you all over there. And thank everybody on Things Network and stuff. Temple of Phoenix Rising Entertainment Facebook page. And Japan Paranormal, where we're live in Japan on these shows. So I want to thank everybody there. Check out all our shows on the Bill of Rights Network and stuff. We appreciate everybody. So everybody have a good evening, and we'll see you next Tuesday night here at 5 p.m. on Paranormal Nation Radio.
Night, everybody.
Not so normal.
Happy holidays.
Have a good evening.
They're going to be here before we know it.
It will
Go
be.
watch my first show.